I'm just gonna kind of hang down below the window.
Now you understand. Wait. No English.
He told me you can't smoke there.
Don't talk English.
No English, bro.
I'm really stressed, man. It's taking forever. What are they calling the boss? And then the boss's boss? And then the boss's boss? Is that what's happening? We didn't even eat anything today. What is up, everyone? We are here in central Iraq. I'm with my buddy Alvaro.
Hey guys.
We've been having an awesome time traveling around the country and making really great stories, and I hope you guys have enjoyed them. But this story is a little bit different. We are now driving 5 hours to the southeastern part of the country to the marshlands, and whenever you road trip in Iraq, it can be a little bit uneasy. And so that's really the story that we're telling today.
We're really pressed on time. It's a 5-hour drive. So we have a breakfast and we're taking on the road, dates, kumquats. And basically the roads, they're full of checkpoints. So it's a lot of hassle getting through them. Sometimes they ask for passports. They bring us into the back door. We need to talk to all the security guards, thank them. And when they let us by, so it's just a lot of hassle.
Absolutely, and that's really the story I want to tell today, because Alvaro has been to every country in the world. I have 3 countries left. We've been to so many places: Afghanistan, Libya, Somalia, Yemen, and Iraq. And so there's a lot of times situations that go undocumented. So I'm going to try my best to show these checkpoints and show some of the struggles that we have, because safety is obviously a primary concern. So that's it. We are hitting the road now. I will update you from the next checkpoint. Before I jump into the story, I want to say that both Alvaro and I are very experienced travelers, and we do not recommend visiting Iraq without a plan. The security situation in this country is as intense as anywhere on earth, and kidnapping remains our biggest threat, so we must be on high alert at all times. We are on this adventure with a local friend and a licensed driver, and we are taking every precaution that we can. I wanted to make this video to give you a behind-the-scenes glimpse of real-life situations that we encounter as we drive across Iraq. So buckle up and get ready for the journey. Oh, smell that? They're like burning trash. This is where I'm hiding my camera, right here. So I got the strap hanging up over, so I won't see it in the window.
Salam alaikum.
We passed that first checkpoint pretty easily because you gave him the salam alaikum, hand over the heart. That's tip number 1.
Yeah, the driver said we were from Baghdad, so I don't know how they could believe Drew is from Baghdad. Don't ask me, but
yeah, he looks so Iraqi. Look at his face. The views out the window, it's pretty deserty and kind of like wastelands, which means nothing, basically.
Here in Iraq, the good thing is that they don't know we're coming.
Right.
So like the checkpoint before, the driver said we were from Baghdad, and that's sometimes enough.
Right.
Sometimes they will stop us, see your passports, and then a few questions follow.
Yeah.
But if they want to sell us, it's always going to be after we leave the checkpoint.
And when he says they want to sell us, it might sound funny, like when the words come out of his mouth, but that's really our biggest concern is getting kidnapped. Because you just really, whoa, look at that, look at that. That has to be your biggest fear.
Yeah, 100%.
100% biggest fear is getting kidnapped. If we get like pickpocketed or someone steals my bag, at the end of the day I'm fine. But if someone kidnaps me,
And I'm traveling with an American, so if we get kidnapped, they'll probably do all the bad things to me.
yeah, I'm American, so by association we're both American.
Yeah.
And to them that means something like that.
Seen a lot of pilgrims going all the way to Najaf. We're still very close to Najaf and Karbala. A lot of pilgrimage routes to go there and pray.
These are some holy lands, my friend. Upon checking the map, we realized that we're going to pass by an ancient Mesopotamian city called Ur. But in order to get there, we must take a small detour, and that means more checkpoints. A lot of them. If he sees his camera in my hand, we're so screwed. We got pulled over?
Yeah.
This happens about 1 in every 4 or 5 checkpoints. They tell us to pull aside, and we're pulling aside and waiting for next action. There's a good chance we'll have to walk in that little room and sit with some official. Very nerve-wracking here. We're bringing Haidar because he's Iraqi.
Oh. It's a risk. Yeah. Leave us here?
Yes.
What if they see us later?
If they see ginger hair, then I'm obviously not Iraqi. I'm just gonna kind of hang down below the window.
Now you understand. Let's go.
Go.
Wait. No English.
He told me you can't smoke there.
Don't talk English. No English, bro. No shouting, especially. I think we're good.
What did he say to you?
What's your name?
They left us in the car. That's why we got off so easily.
Yeah.
Because they went themselves. They both have their Iraqi passports, and there was no problem.
Yeah, they really never saw us the whole time. It's all about keeping a low profile, not speaking English during the checkpoints, because that obviously is a giveaway, and being very respectful. If they look at you in the eyes, you look at them dead in the eyes and you say Salam Alaikum, and you put your hand over your heart. That's really the only thing that we can do. Alas, we made it to Ur, an ancient Sumerian city-state in Mesopotamia. Believe it or not, there are written records found here that date back to the 26th century BC. The main temple is called a ziggurat, or rectangular step tower, only found in this part of the world, and it blows my mind that all this beauty is left alone in the dust. Reality check. We are absolutely in the middle of nowhere. Think anybody you know has ever been to Ur, Iraq?
I don't think I know anybody.
Maybe one.
Whoa, barbed wire, dude. Okay. This is Mesopotamia. This is literally where humans started.
Everything is open. There's barely no.
Yeah, no. There's no protection, no conservation of anything. There's one gatekeeper here who's just kind of chilling. And this place is wide open in the middle of wastelands. There's nothing around here except for a beautiful pyramid. It looks and feels like the pyramids of Giza, but it's really an ancient temple in a city called Ur, southeastern Iraq. Right over there is where Abraham was born. The prophet Abraham, where Christianity, Judaism, and Islam started from here. It's pretty cool to see. Most of the city's underground. Part of it has been excavated, and the part that I'm walking on, this massive pyramid, is really the only structure remaining in Iraq. This looks like a checkpoint. Little update here as we pull over at a gas station to fill up the car. So there's a massive sandstorm that came in. So our original plan was to go to the marshlands and have some beautiful drone shots and hang out and sleep in a mud house. But the problem is the shots are going to be terrible and the sun is going down really quickly. So instead we are going to head to the city of Basra, which is one of the biggest cities in Iraq, and we're going to have some adventures down there. It's almost on the border of Kuwait and Iran, so super excited to check it out. And we still got to drive 3 more hours, so we're hitting the road now. It always surprises me how many fresh fruits are everywhere. In all these countries, Afghanistan, Syria, Iraq, amazingly fresh fruit.
This was breakfast. Now it's dinner.
The clock is starting to work against us. We still need to drive 2 hours, and driving at night is way too dangerous. We aren't exactly sure how many checkpoints are ahead of us, but if there's one thing we do know, it's that our stress levels are rising. Guess what? You're not gonna believe this.
Another checkpoint. Da-da-da.
It's starting to get dark, which means it could potentially be a little more dangerous out here. There's about 7 guys checking the car right now.
I pulled us over. I'm gonna check our passports. They don't look very friendly, to be honest.
And how many times have we given our passports?
He hasn't smiled. I tried to smile.
No smile.
No smile.
We're giving our passports up once again. Just pulled over here to take a pee break. And really in the middle of nowhere. And this is the shop. What are you getting, bro?
Some chocolate, maybe.
Chocolate?
How much is a Jody bar? Oh, that's too big.
I think it's like a biscuit. Yeah, it's a wafer. I'll have one too. Shukran, Habibi. The shop is literally like a garage. Not even a garage. Some holes in it there. And we move. Move.
He told me he stayed there for 5 days or 4 days.
Does he have food and water?
Yeah.
Wow. Crazy. Just when we thought we were running out of checkpoints, the worst was yet to come. I realized that watching this might seem repetitive, but imagine the intensity of living through it. Looking at a really serious checkpoint right now. These guys aren't messing around. What happened is the police officer, first of all, saw his passport and was like, "Oh, Real Madrid, Barcelona, haha." And then he grabbed our passports and walked in the back room. So we are now waiting to see what's next. Hi there. Is there a problem or no?
No problem.
Oh.
Just they want checking.
Checking?
Passport, the ID, yes.
Been here for about 30 minutes now. Alvaro finished scrolling all the new Instagram stuff, which means we've been here a while. It's not a good feeling to not have your passport on you. Your passport is your identity. It's like you need it with you always, in my hand, in my backpack. All right, so here's a problem. I gotta find a toilet.
This is literally the worst place to take a like there's a wasteland of plastic dump and garbage and a checkpoint.
If I went around this wall thing and I just went to the bathroom, do you think it would be fine?
Do you mind spending a year in jail?
As we're having this conversation more and more, it's becoming more and more urgent.
You could go here. Oh, we're bros. It's fine.
No, I know you don't care.
Maybe the driver does.
You just have to go check in with what's happening, and what did they say?
The guy at the guard, the checkpoint, is saying that holding our passports that things are slow and that normally foreigners all had to head back to Baghdad whenever they come to this checkpoint. This region, so that you guys know, is the most dangerous in the country. It's quite unstable. It has the city where we are in right now, Nasiriyah, has the biggest prison in Iraq. It's called the Whale because once you're in it, you're never leaving it.
And a huge military base.
Huge military base.
Which we accidentally went to.
A lot of people demonstrating, shooting guns at the air. So it's a very unstable city and region, governed.
What would you put the percentage right now that we get through this checkpoint? Right now.
I would give it like a 60 because the guy says he's working on it.
I'm really stressed, man. It's taking forever. What are they calling the boss, and then the boss's boss, and then the boss's boss? Is that what's happening? We didn't even eat anything today. What happened?
Go back to Niger.
Why?
They rejected us.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Are you joking or no?
No, I'm not joking.
What did they say?
Go to the hell.
Go to hell?
They say you can go and visit Ur and the marshes and go Basra and back to your home.
We got the permission! Yeah! Dude, show me excitement.
I knew we were
Show me
gonna
that
go.
Spanish
Like,
fury that's deeply hidden underneath that smile. Dude, we got it, we got it, we got it, we got it! Moving onwards. So Alvaro and the driver have become best friends, so he just likes to recline his seat just to kind of like make it.
I'm short. I don't really need that much space,
Make
but
it
I need a
extra
little
comfortable.
bit.
I'm a reasonable guy,
Silent Bob.
but he has really done everything that a driver shouldn't do.
Swerving with a wheel, driving one hand always, eating sunflower seeds as he drives, texting, calling, checking Instagram, taking selfies, anything with a phone basically.
Lots of
That's it.
selfies.
Selfie master.
I was running around just like taking them in the middle of the building, and like in the middle of we're shooting, and he'll just like throw his phone in the face.
Just doesn't wear the seatbelt ever.
He's late every morning, so we're trying to go. Call time is at 8, so we're and it's 8:30. And where is he? Where is he? Running around.
He just sits there during dinner time and laughs and calls his family and just puts it on the call. Like, look, I'm with two.
And we don't want to be in his selfies. We're trying to keep a low profile here. So he's probably a really nice guy. If we
This is
could...
sounding very mean.
Yeah, that's right.
This is sounding very mean. I know this.
That's what I'm
but
just saying.
We'll show it. We'll show you the proof, and then.
Yeah. But he's keeping us safe, and that's the most important thing. We've just entered Basra, and what's crazy to think about is we're so close to Kuwait and Iran. We're in the middle of both countries, but Kuwait is very clean, very first world, very modern, huge skyscrapers, and then you're here in Basra, which is just over the border, and it's a bit more run down. It's crazy to think about all the oil they have in Iraq that has been wasted. First order of business is finding dinner, because we literally haven't eaten today aside from peanuts and old bread, and then we're gonna find a hotel.
In the outskirts, it looked very wealthy with all the oil rigs and all the refineries. The first initial suburbs seem a little bit dirty.
Run down. Wow. This place is crazy, man. We made it. Success, dude. Long travel day.
Very long. A lot of changes. We had to be flexible, but we made it.
It wasn't that easy. Like a lot of patience required, a lot of checkpoints, a lot of stress. But we did visit Oud, which is a really cool town.
That's pretty much it. We covered a lot of ground.
We're gonna do the marshlands tomorrow. Tonight we're gonna explore Basra. We're gonna get some dinner now. This is a feast. It's like Korean food in the Middle East. We are in Basra, Iraq, getting our first dinner, which is our first meal of the day. Looks phenomenal. All right, so what
Okay, so I think this is good. pretty sure it's good. And then I'm gonna drink this, maybe this for appetizer.
You gotta understand that that language would get us by in so many countries. Today was quite possibly one of the craziest and most stressful days of my entire life, but it was a blast and I hope you enjoyed coming along for the adventure. Traveling to every country has its ups and downs, but in the end, it's always worth the ride. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching this video, and stay tuned for next week's episode as I take you deep in the hidden marshlands of southeastern Iraq. I'll see you then. What would you say are the sketchiest trips you've ever been on?
Yemen for sure.
Yemen, number one, hands down.
I was definitely not eating sunflower seeds in Yemen.
No, I was like
Very, very
scared.
Eating my nails.
The thing about Yemen is there's so many more checkpoints every 5K, and also they're like makeshift checkpoints. So they have like a little rope, like a kid, like a 10-year-old kid can make this checkpoint. And then there's like a little hut that they sit in, huge guns, and you're just like, are these fake policemen? Are they just here to kidnap me?
That's important, and you also need to remember that in Yemen they know you're crossing that checkpoint at that certain time, so they get like a letter saying that there will be 2 Americans and 1 Spanish passing that checkpoint at 12 p.m. so they know when you're passing, and that information that's already given beforehand, before you're crossing, it makes everything much more nerve-wracking because anyone can sell you out.
Our phones don't work because SIM cards just don't really work in Yemen, so we can't contact anybody if there's a problem. One of the checkpoints in Yemen, this was my scariest moment. They pulled us over, random checkpoint. It was like a 30-minute stop, which 30 minutes doesn't sound like a long time, but when you're in a checkpoint, it's a really, really long time. And they saw one of my cameras, so I'm smart, I have 2 SD cards. One of my SD cards has just dummy photos and the other one's all my videos. So they wanted me to delete my photos, so I deleted them, no problem. And then they were suspicious because of my passport and because I had a camera, so I had to get out of the car. They searched everything in my pockets and I had to actually take off my shirt in the middle of like a freeway. And I'm just standing there like, dude, what else does this dude want from me? So we found a hotel finally, and everyone's being super sketch about everything. They keep asking about foreigners. They're telling us not to speak English very loudly. I don't know, but we made it safely and we're done for the night.
Wow, it smells.
What's wrong? Smells like what? Like bomb powder?
Like cleaning product.
Why did you like trip up when you just opened the door?
It smells weird. Just smells weird.
I noticed how I didn't flinch. The day is complete. I'm Drew Binsky, and if you like my travel videos, please click subscribe and ring that little bell so you can get notified on all my upcoming videos as I take you to every single country in the world.